Hi everyone, it's Mr Neel Raithatha here, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. It's of a patient who used one of these online ear pickers that connect to your phone. So it's a USB connection and you can put the picker in your ear and then view it on your iPhone or Android phone or any smartphone, I believe. And it's got an app and you can try and remove wax yourself. So I've gone through a lot of training to do this. It's a very specialist thing that we do. Your ear is very sensitive, very delicate. There's bends and twists. There's different types of earwax. You've got your eardrum, which is less than 0.1 millimeters in thickness. So just a warning, guys, just stay away from these things. It's dangerous. I get approached by these companies from China every day asking me to sell their device. And I just don't fathom why they would think I would endorse that product, especially because I've got my own product. So the patient was extremely worried that they perforated their eardrum because after using the device, they experienced severe otalgia, which is earache. Now, what they actually did was they really lodged this plug of dead keratin up against the eardrum. It's actually lodged in the isthmus, so near the eardrum there's a narrowing about 0.5 centimetre away, and the ear canal then protrudes back outwards. And you can see at the bottom, I'm just trying to remove this from the isthmus. You can probably see the canal wall there and the plug just lodged behind it. So I'm just trying to go underneath and lift it upwards and over this trench. So it's the inferior recess, it's almost like a basin. So we're trying to lift it up and over. And once I've done that, I'm going to then target the top of the ear canal and bring down, almost roll down forwards the plug of dead skin superiorly, so near the roof. And this is why an endoscope is so fantastic. It's just the field of view. You can see the whole ear canal and there's no guesswork. So here I am now. I think I'm just going to more to the top of the ear canal. And slowly but surely now I'm bringing it forward. So you have to learn to maneuver earwax when you're a clinical ear care specialist. It's not just about getting a suction probe or going a sucker onto a plug of wax and then just coming out. It doesn't work like that. I wish it was that easy. Slowly but surely. You can see it's quite matted as well. There's a few loose hairs there. And we're near the entrance in a moment. So this is the patient's first bend. It's first bend. So there's two bends in the ear canal. This is the first bend, about 0.5 centimetre into the ear canal. You can see it's enveloped with this fresher layer of skin. The white coating on the top left of the plug. You can see these little motions, these wriggle motions I'm using just to get it out the entrance. The patient was over the moon, extremely grateful. Obviously reassured them they hadn't done any damage because they were very concerned. They were suffering from tinnitus as well, which instantly went. So you can see there's a bit of dead skin coating the base of the ear canal, so I'm just going to use a fine end gauge. I'm getting loads of messages, people trying to correct me on my grammar. Gauge gauge, I don't think it really matters. For me it doesn't anyway. I'm sorry if it does you. So again, just using a fine end gauge. I used to say gauge, I was corrected to say gauge, now people are saying I'm saying it's the wrong way around. Can't win really. So back in there with the fine end gauge or gauge, just to satisfy everyone. Just gently peeling the skin upwards. Now, as it gets a bit more medial, the skin becomes a lot thicker. So there's more layers of skin that have attached and accumulated more of a thicker matrix of dead skin. And the suction probe, the fine end gauge, is not strong enough. So I'm going to, in a moment, then use a standard Zollner suction probe. But eventually I did use forceps to prise this and pull it out, and it came out in a cast. You'll see that in a moment. Now, would this affect their hearing, this dead skin? No, but it can cause them a bit of irritation, and if this skin doesn't naturally migrate out the ear by itself, it can also get infected. So I just decided to remove it. So this is, I think this is still, this is still a fine end gauge. You'll see the difference in size between this and a full Zollner in a moment. You can see posteriorly and inferior, just there where the skin's lifting up, that's where the isthmus is. It's a little trench there. And that skin's almost got collected in there. So this is a full Zollner suction probe, just lifting the skin up. It's also attached to the anterior canal wall to the right. You can see it's a lot thicker. So the inner layer is whiter, so that's a fresher layer of dead skin. On the surface, it's oxidized, so it's a brown colour. Just going in with some forceps now. These are the fine end 5mm jaw. And you can see it came out in a nice cast. So we had to lift the skin off the canal wall in order to get the jaws of the forceps either side of the dead skin. You can't, if that was flat against the canal wall, you can't just get the bottom jaw to scrape the bottom of the canal to lift it. So there's some proprietary work there beforehand. So again, just some dead skin on the lateral, so near the entrance. Lateral means away from the eardrum. Posterior, so back canal wall. So reverted back to the fine end gauge here. We shared the procedure with the patient by airdrop. They had an iPhone device, so they're very keen to see what we did. See quite a few hairs there at the entrance now. It's just that heart ears are meant to have a few hairs. Yeah, probably a bit more than norm, but it's not really affecting me in any way. The hairs are, do serve a purpose. They help filtrate the air, so they almost sieve out any foreign bodies, particles, pollen, for example, or dust from entering the ear. The hairs also help. There's natural migration of dead skin. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care. Speak soon.